Hey everyone, social media marketing is experiencing the most dramatic transformation since the introduction of video content. And businesses that don't adapt these seven fundamental shifts will find themselves completely irrelevant by 2026. Here's the thing, most businesses are still using outdated social media strategies from 2022, completely unaware that user behavior has fundamentally changed. They're wasting money on tactics that no longer work while their competitors are quietly dominating with strategies they've never even heard of. So, today I'm revealing seven specific social media marketing shifts happening right now that will determine which businesses thrive and which ones disappear in 2026. I'm going to show you exactly how each change affects your strategy and what you need to do to immediately stay ahead. By the end of this video, you'll understand the exact changes reshaping social media marketing. You'll know which strategies to abandon and which ones to double down on. See real examples of businesses already winning with these new approaches and have a clear action plan for transforming your social media strategy before your competition even catches on. And the seventh shift I'm sharing at the end of is the most important one. It's completely changing how audiences consume content and how business that master it first will capture the majority of social media attention in 2026. Look, the social media marketing landscape has fundamentally shifted, but most businesses are still operating strategies designed for algorithms and user behaviors that no longer exist, causing them to waste resources on ineffective tactics. I've been analyzing social media marketing data across hundreds of businesses, and I was shocked to discover how dramatically user behavior has changed in just the past 18 months. Most of what we considered best practices are now actively hurting performance. These seven shifts represent the biggest opportunities in social media marketing since the rise of influencer marketing. Businesses that understand and implement these changes will gain massive competitive advantages while others struggle with outdated strategy. You can implement these shifts immediately using existing tools and platforms, but the key is to understand how each behavior has changed and adapting your content, conversion strategies, and audience targeting to match these new patterns. Imagine having a social media strategy that actually works with current algorithms and user preferences instead of against them, and generating higher engagement, better conversions, and stronger brand loyalty while your competitors wonder why or what they're doing wrong. Now, I've heard some people say that these trends are probably just temporary fads that will change again soon. I get that. There's a fear of investing time and resources in strategies that might become obsolete. But here's why I know this isn't the case. These aren't surface level trends. They're fundamental shifts in how people consume and interact with content. The data shows these changes are accelerating, not slowing down, making early adoption even more valuable. Others may say, my current social media strategy is working fine. Why even change it? I understand the fear of disrupting something that seems to be working, but my response to them is very simple. What feels like working fine today is actually declining performance compared to what's possible with these new strategies. Your competitors are already implementing these shifts. The question is whether you're going to lead or you're going to follow. Some may also think these changes sound too complex for my business to implement. They believe the need for advanced technical skills or major resources or investment. But here's the truth. These shifts are actually simpler to implement than traditional social media strategies because they work with natural user behavior instead of fighting against it. Most require strategic changes, not technical complexity. 6 months ago, I was speaking with a client who was frustrated because their social media engagement was declining despite posting more content and spending more on ads. They were doing everything the experts recommended, but results kept getting worse. That's when I discovered these fundamental shifts in user behavior and platform algorithms. Instead of trying harder with old strategies, we completely pivoted to align with the new patterns and user preferences. Within 60 days, their engagement increased by 340%. Their conversion rates doubled, and their cost per acquisition dropped by 55%. The difference wasn't working harder, it was working with the new reality of social media instead of against it. Right now, social platforms are becoming complete sales ecosystems where users complete entire purchase journeys without leaving the app. Why does this matter? Business driving traffic off platform are losing 60 to 80% of potential conversions to friction and platform preference for keeping users engaged. To maximize benefit, you need to integrate native e commerce tools optimized for in app conversions and redesign funnels for platform specific checkout experiences. Users now can actively tune their feeds to exclude content categories and control what they see through sophisticated preference settings. Why does this matter? Algorithms favor alone won't save poor content. Users can now actively suppress entire content types they don't want to see. You'll need to create content people actually want to see. Focus on consistent value, delivery, and diversify content to avoid easy suppression. Audiences are experiencing short form content fatigue and are craving depth, storytelling, and substantial value in longer formats. Why does this even matter? Long form content now generates 10 times more meaningful engagement and builds stronger audience relationships than quick dopamine hits. You need to experiment with 3 to 10 minute storytelling formats, create serialized content series, and prioritize retention over viral moments. Here's a pro tip for you. When you're managing multiple long form content campaigns across multiple platforms, tools like HighLevel make it incredibly easy to track engagement and automate follow up sequences from one dashboard. They actually offer through me a free 30-day trial that lets you test their entire content marketing automation suite. Perfect for seeing how successful creators manage multi platform storytelling at scale. The link is in the description if you'd like to check that out. Social platforms are becoming primary search engines, with users bypassing Google to search directly on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for information. Why does this matter? 64% of Gen Z use social platforms as search engines, making social SEO as important as traditional Google optimization. You need to optimize every post for search within strategic keywords, research platform specific search trends, and create content around active search queries. Brands are shifting from entertainment focused influencers to credible experts with real authority and specialized knowledge. Well, why does this even matter? A subject matter expert with 50,000 engaged followers delivers better ROI than generic influencers with millions of followers. You need to build expertise based personal brands, partner with niche authorities over follower counts, and focus on credibility over entertainment value. Audiences are actively rejecting virtual influencers as AI generated personalities in favor of genuine human connection. Why does this even matter? Synthetic content triggers the same frustration as automated customer service. People desperately want real human interaction. You need to invest in authentic creators over virtual personalities, prioritize emotional connections over aesthetic perfection, and empathize relatability in content. Users are experiencing content fatigue and pulling back from the mindless scrolling, demanding meaningful substance over volume. So, why does this one matter? One meaningful piece of content now outperforms 10 shallow posts as audiences crave nutritious content over empty calories. You need to audit content for genuine value, prioritize depth over posting frequency, and focus on storytelling that creates real impact. Gary Vaynerchuk, CEO of Varner Media, said the biggest mistake brands make is optimizing for yesterday's social media reality instead of tomorrow's user behavior. These 7 shifts represent tomorrow's reality happening today. Businesses that adapt now will dominate while others struggle with outdated strategies designed for user behaviors that are just simply no longer there. Now that you understand these 7 fundamental shifts, you're probably wondering, how do I even implement them strategically without disrupting your current marketing efforts? Well, that's exactly what I provide in our school community, which is available free to you along with my coaching if you click the link in the bio and use my link for HighLevel. You'll be added to our exclusive school group, and you'll see my step-by-step transition plan that minimizes risk, while maximizing results, getting specific implementation timelines for each shift, and learn the exact tools and processes I use to measure success during that transformation. Plus, I share the budget allocation strategies that ensure maximum ROI from day one. If you want to transform your social media strategy before your competitors figure out these shifts, that implementation guide will show you exactly how to do it safely and effectively. The link will be in our school group. And before you go, if you're planning to implement any of these social media shifts, you'll need a very professional platform to manage your campaigns and track results across multiple platforms. HighLevel is what most successful marketing agencies use to scale their social media operations. And they're offering a free 30-day trial through my link so you can test everything risk-free. Whether you're managing native e-commerce funnels, tracking long-form content performance, or automating social media follow-up sequences, HighLevel handles it all in one platform. The trial link is in the description. Definitely worth checking it out if you're serious about dominating social media marketing in 2026.